Hey there everybody, Manly Starman here. Welcome to part 19 of my Hunger Games series. A bit of clarification, I forgot to do this last time when I was hinting at what the next part would be. What I basically did was take all the new characters plus the DLC characters without counting any Echo Fighters, but I realized this system that I did kind of fumbled the bag a bit, because as you can see here in District 2, I also included Richter anyway, and to keep things even, I had to split up both Pyra and Mithra, so yeah, this whole thing is just kind of a mess, isn't it? Look, it is what it is. I've made my bed, I'm prepared to sleep in it. These are the contestants we're going with today. And I thought, what the heck, because this is already so messy and not right in the slightest, I thought I'd fumble things a bit more and say, in District 5, I initially was going to do what I did last time with the Fire Emblem episode, where if a character had multiple forms or variations, I simply included an image of all of them, just so, like, hey, it's whichever costume or gender variation you prefer. But here in District 5, I decided, you know what, screw it. All 4 heroes are working together. Why not? Both male and female Byleths are working together. Pyra and Mithra have their own separate bodies. It's fine. Sephiroth showed up without a shirt. I don't know why. He just walked in like this. As for my predictions, once again, I'm just going to play favorites and pick my 2 favorite characters that were added to Smash Bros. First being Banjo up here in District 6, and the other being Sora down in District 10. But with this weird mess out of the way, let us proceed to the bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Kazuya and Incineroar work together to drown Hero. Well, they managed to drown all 4 of them, I guess. For a character relying on RNG, it's pretty funny that RNG would work against them to make them lose first. Min Min finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Both Byleths accidentally step on a landmine. I wonder if it was the same one or they each found one separately in the same area. Ridley runs. Sephiroth, Richter, Joker, and Terry share everything they gathered before running. Sora runs. Steve runs. Simon scares King K. Rool away. Piranha Plant breaks Mithra's nose for a basket of bread. I have to imagine how. Banjo and Kazooie kill Isabelle with their own weapon. Why is there so much death already again? Like, the death rate is normal. This better not be another 6-minute episode. Pyra runs, and the Inkling runs. Speaking of the Inkling, though, if you're wondering why I just didn't find some image with, like, every color variation in a single image, 1, that would be way too busy and hard to really see any of them. And 2, who plays as the male Inkling skin? I mean, really. Day 1. Pyra makes a slingshot. Piranha Plant goes hunting. Richter discovers a river. Steve and Mithra split up the search for resources. Incineroar defeats Inkling in a fight, but spares her life. Kazuya runs from Min Min. Joker practices his archery. Ridley, of all things, is picking flowers. Sora makes a wooden spear. Terry, Sephiroth, Simon, and Banjo and Kazooie raid King K. Rool's camp while he is hunting. 3 cannon shots. Night 1. And again, Ridley, of all people, is crying himself to sleep. Mithra, Banjo, Kazooie, and Simon sleep in shifts. Terry tries to treat his infection. Piranha Plant fends King K. Rool, Sora, and Joker away from their fire. Why is the plant so good? Pyra questions her sanity. Sephiroth sets up camp for the night. Incineroar attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful, despite being a fire type with plentiful fire type moves. Steve tries to treat his infection. Kazuya thinks about winning. Richter starts a fire. Min Min looks at the night sky. And Inkling stays awake all night. Day 2. Terry fishes. Min Min sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Steve tends to Inkling's wounds. Piranha Plant picks its brethren. Incineroar thinks about home. Mithra begs for Richter to kill her. He refuses, keeping Mithra alive. Is anyone surprised at this point? Simon travels to higher ground. Ridley searches for a water source. Kazuya, King K. Rool, Banjo-Kazooie, Pyra, and Joker hunt for other tributes. Sephiroth receives medical supplies. And Sora questions his sanity. An event. A monstrous hurricane wreaks havoc on the arena. Oh, I think this is new. Steve tries to save Joker from being sucked into the hurricane, only to be sucked in as well. Sephiroth, Kazuya, Sora, Banjo-Kazooie, Inkling, Min-Min, Piranha Plant, Mythra, Richter, Kira, and Simon all survive. King K. Rool is sucked into the hurricane despite being a big thick boy. Ridley pushes Incineroar into an incoming boulder. And Terry survives. 4 cannon shots. Night 2. Sora cries himself to sleep, probably from being separated from all his friends. Pyrrha cries herself to sleep, probably because she misses the company of Mythra, who, speaking of, Mythra defeats Ridley in a fight but spares his life. Piranha Plant, Kazuya, Inkling, Banjo-Kazooie, and Terry sleep in shifts. Simon catches Sephiroth off guard and kills him. And Richter begs for Min-Min to kill him. She refuses, keeping Richter alive. Day 3. Ridley searches for a water source. Terry receives an explosive. Simon searches for firewood. Pyrrha, Piranha Plant, Mythra, and Min-Min raid Kazuya's camp while he's hunting. Banjo and Kazooie cannot handle the circumstances and commit suicide. Richter receives clean water. Sora receives medical supplies. And Inkling tries to spearfish with a trident. Be careful near that water, Inkling. 2 cannon shots. Man, this is going to be another 6-minute episode, isn't it? Again, the kill rate is at normal. It fluctuates so much. Night 3. Kazuya tries to treat his infection. Simon thinks about home. Sora passes out from exhaustion. Pyrrha thinks about winning. Min-Min lets Mythra into her shelter. Inkling defeats Terry in a fight but spares his life. Piranha Plant attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Probably a good idea, it might have set itself on fire. And Ridley destroys Richter's supplies while he is asleep. Day 4. Sora picks flowers. Piranha Plant searches for firewood. I guess it's really gung-ho on this starting a fire plan. Kazuya collects fruit from a tree. Richter stalks Ridley after he destroyed Richter's supplies, I guess. Terry sprains his ankle while running away from Pyrrha. Simon tries to sleep through the entire day. Mythra camouflages herself in the bushes. Min-Min tries to spearfish with a trident. And Inkling discovers a cave. No cannon shots. Night 4. Inkling sets up camp for the night. Pyrrha thinks about winning. Richter and Terry sleep in shifts. Simon and Min-Min tell stories about themselves to each other. Mythra receives a hatchet. Sora and Piranha Plant huddle for warmth. Kazuya is awoken by nightmares. And Ridley's unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Day 5. Kazuya makes a wooden spear. Mythra chases Ridley. Terry scares Pyrrha off. Inkling collects fruit from a tree. Richter receives clean water. Sora and Simon split up to search for resources. I guess they both do have sort of the same goal, to defeat the darkness. Min-Min discovers a cave. And Piranha Plant searches for a water source, because it's starting to dehydrate. Once I get no cannon shots, as soon as I make that comment, everything just slows down again. Night 5. Terry begs for Piranha Plant to kill him. They refuse, keeping Terry alive. Simon sets up camp for the night. Kazuya receives medical supplies. Sora is unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. Min-Min fends Inkling, Ridley, and Richter away from her fire. And, pretty appropriately, Pyrrha and Mythra hold hands. They got back together. Day 6. Richter goes hunting. Pyrrha picks flowers. Sora sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Ridley, Simon, and Inkling start fighting, but Simon runs away as Ridley kills Inkling. Piranha Plant receives fresh food. Terry camouflages himself in the bushes. Kazuya practices his archery. Min-Min goes hunting, and as does Mythra. Only 1 cannon shot. Night 6. Sora starts fire. Piranha Plant and Richter talk about the tribute still alive. Terry fends Ridley, Mythra, and Kazuya away from his fire. Simon and Min Min talk about the tribute still alive, and Pyrrha receives clean water. I guess it'll be a normal length episode after all, and I was worried at the start after last time. Well, the last time before last time with the Undertale Deltarune episode, I'm still not over that. Day 7. Mythra goes hunting, Pyrrha fishes, Min Min camouflages herself in the bushes. Sora discovers a cave, Ridley stalks Richter, Terry practices his archery, Simon explores the arena, Kazuya tries to sleep through the entire day, and the Piranha Plant receives a hatchet. No cannon shots. Night 7. Ridley, Pyrrha, Mythra, and Piranha Plant sleep in shifts. Terry, Richter, and Sora are sleeping in shifts. And even Min Min, Simon, and Kazuya are all sleeping in shifts. That's pretty funny. Day 8. Richter is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Kazuya, Sora, Terry, and Pyrrha raid Min Min's camp while she's hunting. Ridley goes hunting. Piranha Plant practices their archery. And Simon and Mythra split up to search for resources. Everyone's being so cooperative, it's weird. No cannon shots again. Night 8. Terry, Kazuya, Richter, and Pyrrha tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Simon sets up camp for the night. Piranha Plant loses sight of where they are. Ridley destroys Mythra's supplies while she's asleep. Min Min sees the fire, but stays hidden. And Sora receives medical supplies. Day 9. Mythra tries to sleep through the entire day. Min Min steals from Terry while he's in looking. Richter picks flowers. Ridley searches for firewood. Kazuya runs from Piranha Plant. Sora stalks Simon. And Pyrrha makes a wooden spear. As usual now, no cannon shots. Night 9. Richter and Piranha Plant huddle for warmth. Mythra goes to sleep. Min Min, Terry, Simon, and Pyrrha tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Ridley stays awake all night. And Kazuya destroys Sora's supplies while he is asleep. Day 10. Pyrrha camouflages herself in the bushes. Kazuya, Min Min, Ridley, Sora, and Richter hunt for other tributes. Simon searches for firewood. Mythra and Terry work together for the day. And Piranha Plant fishes. No cannon shots. People need to start betraying each other already. Night 10. Kazuya and Terry sleep in shifts. Simon and Sora huddle for warmth. Piranha Plant defeats Richter in a fight, but spares his life. Mythra and Ridley talk about the tribute still alive. And Min Min begs for Pyrrha to kill her. She refuses, keeping Min Min alive for like the 4th time this game alone. Day 11. Kazuya runs from Mythra. Simon receives medical supplies. Min Min goes hunting. Richter accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Finally, another death. Terry camouflages himself in the bushes. Ridley, Sora, and Piranha Plant hunt for other tributes. And Pyrrha discovers a cave. Only one cannon shot. Night 11. Pyrrha climbs a tree to rest. Terry receives clean water. Sora receives fresh food. Mythra fends Min Min, Ridley, and Piranha Plant away from her fire. Simon loses sight of where he is. And Kazuya cries himself to sleep. An event. The Feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Min Min decides not to go. Ridley doesn't go. Simon doesn't go. Sora spears Piranha Plant in the abdomen. Good shot, Sora. That's a pretty small abdomen to hit. Kazuya cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Pyrrha doesn't go. And Mythra shoots a poisonous blow dart into Terry's neck, slowly killing him. Day 12. Min Min stalks Ridley. Simon defeats Sora in a fight but spares his life. Mythra receives clean water. And Pyrrha makes a wooden spear. 3 cannon shots. Night 12. Sora, Ridley, Simon, Pyrrha, and Min Min sleep in shifts. And Mythra tries to treat her infection. Day 13. And final 6 now. Simon goes hunting. Pyrrha, Mythra, and Sora get into a fight. Sora triumphantly kills them both. Well, my pick might actually do it. Meanwhile, Min Min stalks Ridley. 2 cannon shots. It's pretty appropriate that they tried to work together, and they went out together. Night 13. Sora is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Simon screams for help. Min Min tends to her wounds. And Ridley's unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Day 14. I think this is the longest in-game, game we've had at this point. I'm pretty sure the previous match was around day 13 or 14 too, so I think it's safe to say if this reaches 15, then yeah, this will definitely be the longest. Min Min runs away from Sora, and Ridley steals from Simon while he's looking. No cannon shots. Night 14. Ridley tends to his wounds, Sora tries to treat his infection, and Simon and Min Min tell stories about themselves to each other. Day 15, and now for certain the longest in-game event that I've done in this series. Ridley kills Simon while he is resting, Sora tries to sleep through the entire day, and Min Min receives a hatchet. 1 cannon shot. Final 3. Night 15. Min Min sees a fire but stays hidden, and Ridley and Sora hold hands. I guess he can just make friends with anybody. Day 16. Ridley practices his archery, and Min Min pushes Sora off a cliff during a knife fight. Aww. Their place is still pretty good. 1 cannon shot for Sora. Night 16. Ridley stabs Min Min while her back is turned, probably with his down B, making Ridley the winner. Honestly, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ridley would probably flourish in this environment, wouldn't he? As evident by the 4 kills he got. I'm impressed Min Min made it to second with only 1 kill, and it was Sora at, the very end. As usual, let's scroll down. Nope, no other kills we're not seeing or being accounted for. Well, that was an episode. Join me back in part 19, where we'll have another single fandom battle royale between the characters. That being the characters from Your Turn to Die. See you guys then.